Hey guys, Sophia here with Turquoise Toffee, and I'm back with another video. Today we're talking about the 2024 IFBB Pro League Huanji China Pro Bikini results. Spectacular athletes. This top 5 was really beautiful, a close one in terms of the scorecards, and a new athlete heading to Olympia. So exciting. Now, speaking of Olympia, last year's top 3 are automatically qualified, and then the winner of every open division contest in the qualification period is also qualified. So there are no points, there's no tiered system, nothing for 2nd through 5th. It's really, at the end of the day, only the winner who gets to go. So, looking at the scorecard, in first place was Li Jia, second Mangru, third Ziyi, fourth C, and fifth Jackie. And looking at the points, it was only 1 point separating first and second, and also only 1 point separating third and fourth. So a super close call. It could have gone in a lot of different directions, but here we are at the end of the day, a beautiful win for Li Jia. So here's Jackie in 5th place, and I think she looks marvelous. First of all, the pink suit, the pink lip, it's beautiful. The suit fits her lovely. Her front pose is spectacular. I think she's got arguably the best front pose in this lineup. She looks really triangular in her upper body. Her delts are nice and wide. She's got a nice amount of lat, really pretty small waist. The curve of her back is beautiful, and she's got a tremendous curve and size to the glute. I think the conditioning looks great in her quad. She's got a nice quad sweep. She looks really strong, really fabulous. Now, her back pose I don't think is as strong, and I think that is what kept her in 5th position. So we'll get there in a minute. And one of the things that I noticed is perhaps she could have a little bit more conditioning in the upper body. So I think her abs look great. The outlining of her quad is fabulous, but I'd love to see that line a little sharper, outlining the delt, maybe just a little bit more detail coming through in the curves of her arms. But I love her midsection and I love her quad, so I'm being extremely particular here. And in the back pose, I think for sure she could have more conditioning coming through. So we'll get there in a second. But like I said, I think she looks extremely good in this front pose. Beautiful shape, beautiful ratios, beautiful width to the narrow waist. And just all I see is hourglass. And I think she looks stunning. Okay, next in 4th place is C, beautiful in the red suit. I think she could have done even more red to the lip, but she looks really nice, lovely hair. I like the length of her hair. There's nothing in the way of that tiny waistline, and she's got beautiful glutes, really nice shape. I like where the glute comes in to her hamstring here. I think she's got some fabulous curves, really nice back of the leg. The silhouette is gorgeous. I do feel that she could be a little less sideways. The upper body is too much towards the corner. I think she needs to open this shoulder more here and bring this shoulder, this shoulder is okay. I think just this shoulder should come more outwards. And then the arm could fall more straight down, and then the delt would be a little bit more in line with the glute. Right now, I feel like the delt is inside the line of her glute, and it's not the most hourglassy shape. It's too sideways. That's my view on it. I want to just see more of her torso, more of the delts, more of her, the collarbone, the upper body, so that we see a bit more of a triangle into, from the upper body down into her waist. But I think she's got really nice conditioning. You're having some good detail down the leg, this groove in her hip, beautiful obliques, and overall just a really pleasant, pretty look with the red, the hair, her makeup. She's just gorgeous. Okay, next in 3rd is Ziyi, and she looks fabulous. Another gorgeous red suit. I love the red lip, and she's really posing well to show off the curve in her glute. Like, she's popping that hip, and she just looks so round, so full, really round in the quads here as well. A nice curvy, bubbly hamstring. I think she's got some good roundness into the delts. beautiful line, the curve of her back, the sharpness of the oblique, the flatness of her midsection. She just looks really good. I think the conditioning could have been a bit sharper. You know, you're not really seeing that line outlining the quad that well. I think this groove in her hip could have been sharper, maybe a little bit more outlining of the delts. I also feel like the color of her foundation could have been a bit darker to match the tan a little bit more. And then one more thing, I feel like her feet are a little close together. If she could separate this back foot, come higher up on the toe, really get the heel off the floor, I think that would help to create more curve to the quad on the back leg and just to have a bit more width in the stance so that your eye travels across the silhouette a little bit more. I think also she could try to have a bit more width into the delts too. So like just to really create crazy ratios. So the delts come out far, the waist comes in tiny, and then you get this tremendous curvy glute. So a few things, but overall, I still think she looks amazing. A fabulous third place, beautiful hair color, beautiful suit color. Her tan is nice and rich. I think she looks really great. Okay, next and second is Mangru. And to me, she looks really muscular and solid. She's got a lot of lat, she's got a lot of delt, she's just got that really great triangular shape in her upper body. You definitely notice that with the small waist, and then the quads are on fire. I love her quad sweep. I love the size in her legs. I think she's got a really great amount of muscle and a nice balance with the size of her glute. She's got a lot of glute, very large, very dense, great development, and good balance with the size of her legs. So to me, I look at her, she looks muscular, she looks round, she looks full, really just stunning. She's got pretty makeup, it's very eye-catching. You look at the eyeshadow, you're seeing her beautiful smile. I would do a redder lip myself. I'm a red lip kind of girl. I think it would look nice with her red suit, but I think her tan is really lovely. Just overall, top to bottom, she looks fabulous. And I can see why it was a close one between her and first place, because she looks really good, and I'm loving just that amount of muscle. She looks like a bodybuilder bikini, and I just think she's stunning. Okay, next in first place is Li Jia, and she looks beautiful as well. I love the color of her tan. She's got a lot more brown than we're seeing on some of the other competitors, and it's very flattering and complementary with the suit color, with her hair. She looks gorgeous, and she's got some really good conditioning coming through. The line in her hip, it comes all the way down to her quad. You've got some really good detail down by the kneecap. You can see that teardrop shape starting to come through on the back leg. Nice quad sweep here. I do think she could have a bit more curve to the hamstring, just a little bit more size, a little bit more of that density, particularly when we just saw our second place winner who was quite dense and muscular. I feel that Li Jia could be have a bit more size, but the curves look beautiful, really nice curve to her glute, tiny waistline. Nice upper body, but definitely a little bit more narrow. That triangle shape is not as clear and easy to see. So I would definitely suggest trying to get this shoulder a little bit more out and getting that delt to line up a little bit closer to the glute. Conditioning looks great. I wouldn't want her to be any leaner, any more detail. I think she's nailed it here. The suit color is really pretty. Her posing looks nice. She's showing off this leg beautifully. I'm loving the sweep in the quad. And in particular, though, her back pose is pretty striking. Okay, so here's everyone side by side, and honestly, it's fifth place that catches my eye. I think she did a tremendous job with posing to show off that triangular shape in her upper body. It's fifth place and second place to me that really nail that hourglass shape when you look at the width of the delts into the narrow waist and then the curve of the quads and the curve of the glute, and then that nice fullness into the quad. So I'm loving the amount of muscle both on Mangru and Jackie, but I think Li Jia has some really beautiful conditioning, particularly here in her quad. And again, she, as I've mentioned before, she looks particularly good in the back pose. I think Ziyi could have a little bit sharper detail coming through. You know, when you see the other two girls on either side of her, she's not quite as detailed in the quads, for example, not quite as wide up into the upper body as Jackie in fifth, but clearly third place. She did a great job. The judges loved her. And then C in fourth, I just find her to be a little too sideways here. She's kind of closing off the upper body when I want to see more of that openness, more of the width. Okay, so now when we get to the back pose, this is where I think Ligia really nailed it. She gets so much width into her delts. It really accentuates that triangular shape of the upper body, and then you just see the tiny waist and then right into the curves of her lower body. The other thing that I noticed with her is she's got a lot of roundness to the top of the glutes. Mengru beside her also has beautiful delts, a nice small waist, but she has a little bit more curve to the widest part of the glutes, like the back part here, and a little bit less roundness on top. So that's something that I definitely notice is our first place winner has more curve on the top. And I also feel like she's got a nice amount of detail coming through into the tie-ins here. I feel that third place needed more definition coming through, and Jackie absolutely needed more of that sharpness in the lines down the back of her leg, the tie-ins. I think the hair is maybe a little too much. It's obstructing too much of her waist. Her back pose is not as strong as her front pose to me. C in fourth, beautiful tie-ins, really nice leanness, definition coming into the back of her legs. She's got some nice fullness and roundness into the delts, but nobody really looks quite as kind of exaggerated in the shape as first place. So I can understand why it was close, but I think at the end of the day, it was a nice win for Ligia. And of course, in terms of Olympia, there she is. And there are a lot more show recaps coming your way. It's a busy weekend, so make sure you subscribe. Give me a like if you like this video, comment your thoughts below, and come find me. I'm on Instagram at turquoise toffee.